Okay, so today I am here with Lauren Greco. She's a local broker at 3T Insurance. And I think homeowners insurance is just one of those things that's so important. But speaking for myself, when I got my first home, I really had no idea what to look for. And I think that's a common thing. What are some things that we should look for when we're buying a home? We know we need homeowners insurance. You need it for your mortgage. Where do we start?
Yeah, that's a great question. Start with a trusted advisor as well. Use a great realtor to help find a real trusted broker advisor for the insurance. But coverage A, that's kind of like your quarterback of the football team for insurance. It's your cost to rebuild, repair if there's any insurable loss to your home. So that's going to want to equal the rebuild cost of your home, not the market cost or the land cost or what you believe the home is worth, but what that structure would cost. And make sure that you're comfortable with that number. Ask questions and ask about extended dwelling, if not guaranteed replacement cost for, the Marshall Fire taught us a lot about that, to have those extra coverages in case that coverage A, due to increasing cost of employment, of manufacturing products, of supply chains goes up, you have that extra money there to help rebuild your home and pay out as little out of pocket as possible. That's the goal.
So when someone first receives their homeowner's quote, what is like 1 to 3 things that they should look for first?
Okay, first, the coverage A again. My second favorite, and this is an optional endorsement, and it's really important in Denver right now because we're seeing a lot of issues, is the service line endorsement. And that's for your sewer line, your electricity, your gas line, your cable lines, any of that. So it helps for excavation costs, but it's really important right now because we're having all of the cast iron pipes that were installed about 50 years ago in Denver are starting to erode. All the trees are getting into them, and that service excavation is a lot of money. Mm-hmm. That is an extra cost of a couple bucks, maybe $2 or so, $3 a month extra for thousands of dollars in repair cost. The other favorite of mine is sewer water backup, because let's be real, nobody wants poo water around their place.
It's just a reality of life.
And with the pipes failing, it's kind of a systemic thing. You can see where we're going with this. Anything that comes up through those pipes pours out through your pipes. It'll help to replace your flooring if you had furniture on the ground or boxes of memorabilia, mementos. It helps with all that stuff to pay for that. Other than that, those are my favorite endorsements that you can get besides the extended dwelling. You should really always have that.
Which is great to point out because we have a lot of older homes in Denver, which adds so much character. We love them, but we know we need to take care of them properly. And when you're first coming into one of those older homes, which is very likely in our area, it's what do you not think of? Which is exactly where you can advise them and then talk about these extra riders, if you will. So glad you brought that up.
Also, if you're looking at a home that's recently been flipped, you're going to want water seepage and leakage because we don't know what has gone on behind those pipes. We don't know if there's a small leak that we won't find out for maybe even years. You're going to want that water seepage and leakage to repair the behind the wall that has rotted over time, because it does take so long to find that damage.
Yeah, there's more than the eye can see.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really what homeowners insurance is all about.
Yes.
It's the unknown, what we can't see, and ultimate protection.
Ultimate protection. Like it's a great benefit if you know your benefits.
Yeah, I love that. We really should know our benefits.
Yeah.
And so even with that, I think there's some things that I've learned in the condo space where, you're in a condo, so you're maybe not having to think about foundation or pipes, those kinds of things, but there are different water addendums. There are extra coverage for special assessment.
Yes, that's my favorite for condos.
Yes. So it's, again, going back to your comment on really low cost per month, that could save you thousands. I think we have our extra coverage for special assessment, and it was like, I don't know, $25 for the year to just
for probably like $25,000 in coverage.
Absolutely.
It is so cost negotiable. It's so easy. And basically at any point in time, if the condo association has a loss, that's an insurable loss. It could even be a lawsuit, but you're going to mostly see it with roofs and water systems. They will assess each member and make them pay. And with this loss assessment, you can just pay your deductible and have your insurance pay out the HOA instead, up to your covered amount. I would always suggest never less than $15,000. Stack the deck in your favor for just a couple bucks a year, not a month, a year.
Yeah, it's so insane. And that kind of goes into roofing as well. I know this year especially, we have had an immense amount of storms, hail damage. This is a fun one. And the questions I get often are, you know, how do I know if I have the right roof coverage, you know, fire, water. But let's touch on that roofing for just a little bit. What do you look for in a well-rounded insurance policy?
The best option is replacement cost on your roof. That means you are only paying the deductible at any point in time. You're not paying a depreciated value where you pay a portion of the roof, the insurance pays a portion, plus you pay that deductible as well. So replacement cost is really good here in Colorado because we usually don't see the full life of a roof lived out. And as on top of that, as well as the deductible for the roofs, be sure you know if yours is a percentage or a structured amount. If it's a percentage off your coverage A. So if you have a $500,000 home for coverage A and you have a 1% deductible, you got $5,000 deductible on your roof. That's a lot. It doesn't need to be that way. And every year that's going to go up. So if you can, and if it makes sense, do the locked in amount instead of a percentage amount.
Ooh, that's a great tip. I love that. See, and these are things I would never know.
Right.
Like, how do
you didn't have to go to school for it.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, that's why we have you. So really, you know, trusted advisor, know the right questions to ask.
And ask, thank you for saying that. Ask questions. This is technically a contract between you and an insurance company. So make sure you understand your portion of the contract. Ask, ask, ask. And if someone gets annoyed with you, call me.
Yeah. Or just skip that annoyance. Just go straight to Lauren.
Just go, you know.
So really when it comes to home insurance, be proactive. Ask a lot of questions. Make sure you're matched with someone who is open, honest, communicative, will pick up the phone, where no question is a bad question. That's going to give you the best policy. And I think one of my biggest takeaways on homeowners insurance is there's actually some very low cost riders or additions that you can make within your policy. Like you said, as little as a few dollars a month, which would have thousands of dollars in savings when or if something actually happens. And that's what's so important. You know, I can't say enough of how people are getting a mortgage for the first time, they're first-time home buyers, and they go, I just need the least expensive option. Not a bad way to start, but what is the right price option? Maybe it's not the lowest, maybe it's not the highest, but the right protection, not being overinsured, not being underinsured, which just takes a lot of conversation and understanding, and having the right people by your side.
Agreed. Yeah.